2026-2027 fantasy football season is in full swing. Ryan?
Year 5. Welcome to year 5.
Okay. 5th year anniversary. Good to see you.
I feel like we were like the presidents there, like Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump posing for the photo. Mm-hmm. Which one are you?
Whoever wins.
There it is. There it is. We're back. We are in Lead, South Dakota.
Lead.
Middle of nowhere, but it's always good to get a group of guys out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's where you bond. It's where you bond. And this is where we were having our draft this year. Next year, who knows? Open for suggestions.
I think that might be up to Ryan. Ryan did a great job kind of booking everything, putting everything together. Bit of a headache piece, but I think it's all been worth it in the end. So
it all worked out.
Yeah. So maybe it might be Alex and I's turn next year. Maybe Al or just me, or maybe even Kobe as he's doing his own thing over there. So
yeah, I believe that's what the kids call it, the sock.
The sock.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So, and we're all going to get, for those of you who are here for the draft party this year and for the draft getaway, each of you will be coming down and walking through your teams with Ryan and I here shortly.
Yep.
But first, let's get into some end-of-year results from this past season now. I believe Ryan is pulling it up, but Ryan, who kind of remind me, it was such a blur, and it was so long, who took the cake last year?
Oh, it might be rigged to say that our commissioner took home the Commissioner Cup last year. Big Al, shout out Big Al, congratulations. That determined our draft order this year. Next year, we will be doing some sort of fun activity to determine draft order. But by virtue of playoff standings, it was Alex, Kobe, Keegan Jacob, Ryan, Nick. We all made the playoffs. And in the toilet bowl was Casey and may God rest his soul, Sage, who is becoming a father and focusing his energy on his child and wife. So now, that gets us into our new member. Welcome, Austin.
Yep. Austin, I don't know you a ton, but I know we're definitely excited to have you, and we're excited just to have the banter and new life, new energy into the league. We're excited to share this journey and just bring on what fantasy football is for us. And for us, it's just a moment of connection, and it's something that we can all banter and mess around and take our mind off of the everyday stuff a couple times a week. So we hope you can join us in that and have a ton of fun. Past couple years have been a blast. We love Sage. He was such a great member to the league, but sometimes stuff happens, and Sage wanted to take a break or step back and do some own stuff, and we love him and we wish him the best. And I think there's always going to be a spot for Sage in the league if things in the future change. But for right now, he's just taking a different step. And I know he's talking about some other leagues that he was in, and it was just getting a lot. And I mean, heck, I'm in too many leagues.
Wow.
You're probably in too many leagues. I know that. So, but Sage, we love you. We'll always be chatting with you. But Austin, glad to have you, man. Hopefully, should be a good year. Austin, you got stuck with a tough bid. Getting the 8th pick of the 8-man league, which will then kind of get us into our next couple things in a little bit on. But during this trip, us and the individuals who have been here, we've actually already settled on a punishment, which is very rare for us to settle on one this early. Now, in the past, punishments have either gone undone, unsaid, or spoken about too late. So, Ryan, why don't you get into this year's punishment that was finalized and put into form in our jacuzzi at our Airbnb?
Yes. The jacuzzi to our right was the Declaration of Independence for the NoCo Fantasy Football League punishment. And this year, it is more of a fun punishment. So the loser has to create an album of minimum 4 songs. If you want to go above and beyond, get an extra gold star, feel free. But these 4 songs must be at least 3 minutes each. They must include 2 original songs that you write yourself, whether it's talking about something fun, something about fantasy football, talking about your team, talking about the league, like up for interpretation. Do what you want. The other two are covers picked by the 7 people who did not lose the league. And those can be any song,
Any
genre, but they must be performed with effort. And that is all due by March 1st. March 1st.
1.
And we will enjoy them together as a league. And next year, when we get together for our draft, there will be an opening ceremony, and you will be performing at least one song at the opening ceremony of the choosing of the rest of the league.
There we go.
So that is set in stone. It has been agreed upon. And failure to complete said punishment by March 1st is a disqualification from the next year.
I'd say it's at least a year ban.
Yeah.
Maybe more. But
It's a relegation.
Yep, it's a relegation to not being in the league. But, this one, I think the idea was that, we didn't want to do something like super hardcore when it came to like money or like food or like super out there publicly. This one, it's going to be a little bit different. Going to be a little bit in-house. And, it's singing. Singing's fun.
Singing's fun. Singing's easy.
Singing is good.
It shouldn't be a hard one. It's something that you could knock out in 15 minutes, but it's also something that like
you can put a lot of effort to it if you really want to go nuts.
I think you should put some effort into it. I think the more effort you put in, the more you get out of it.
Yeah.
So if I ever were to find myself in this situation, which I don't know, I don't think I would, but I would be putting in the effort.
Yeah, no,
So.
I think it's just fun. Adds to it.
So,
well, let's kind of talk about where we're at.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what happened. So, we've put together for those who could come for the first time this year for our 5th year anniversary, I guess you can call it. With me being out here in South Dakota, Casey being out in Nebraska. We're the two that are kind of not local anymore. Mm-hmm. And we kind of always had the idea, and we've always liked the idea of getting together at least once. I mean, I think the only time all of us league mates have been together was for Alex's wedding, our commissioner's wedding, which was a ton of fun, but it wasn't obviously fantasy football related. And this has been like our first trip that's actually centered around that. So for that alone, to bring us all together again, I think it's just awesome. And I think it's just a testament to our friendships and who we are and the friendships we do have. But, Ryan put on a great bit of bringing us all out here. We're in a really neat Airbnb up in the mountains, we're in the hills, the Black Hills of South Dakota. We've done a little bit of golfing, we've done a little bit of gambling, and we did a little bit of fantasy football drafting, which took place last night. This is being recorded currently on Sunday late morning. So had our draft Saturday night at around 8:30 after getting back home from a good round of golf, which was a ton of fun. Shout out Elkhorn Ridge Golf Course. Actually, I'm not wearing that hat. I'm wearing my Rockies hat. But it was a ton of fun. So here on the trip with us, it's obviously myself, Ryan. We have Alex, our commissioner, Kobe, and then Jacob. Super happy for the guys that were able to come and get here. So super, super fun. But
I look forward to this becoming a yearly thing that we all look forward to and everybody can make out. And I'm hoping for all 8 guys to be there next year. I think it'll be great. I think it's just fun to have something circled on your calendar everybody looks forward to. I've been looking forward to this trip for a while. I've been looking forward to the draft and all the fun that comes along with it, and the camaraderie and the road trips and the shenanigans and Kobe running downstairs with one article of clothing on. It's not the article of clothing you'd expect.
Which just happened. It wasn't on camera. It just happened maybe 7-8 minutes ago.
Yes.
For the love of the game. So
that's a good way to describe it.
For the love of the game.
Yes. So is it time that we start reviewing teams?
Yeah. Do we want to go through you and I's first, and then we can start bringing down our members?
Yeah, we can do that.
So
perfect. Well, I'll let you lead us off here.
You want me to start?
I'll let you lead us off.
Alrighty. So this year I had the 6th pick in the draft. I just made my way out of the toilet bowl. I thought I felt I had a pretty good year last year. Had some ups and downs, but wasn't in the toilet bowl, so that was a great feeling. But I had the 6th pick, and I ended up taking at the 6th spot. I took Jackson Smith and Jigba, offensive player of the year last year, Super Bowl champion. Followed that up with guys like James Cook, George Pickens. I did take my quarterback in the 4th round. I did get my guy Josh
That was a shocker. Nobody could believe that when it happened. Everybody was like, "Whoa!"
I don't know about that.
No, nobody was. Nobody was hooting and hollering.
Nope. So, and I also got guys such as, Sam Laporta, Garrett Wilson,
Your cousin.
Yep. Travion Henderson, some other back end guys such as Jacoby Myers, Christian Watson, DJ Moore, Harold Fannin. So yeah, I think I felt good with how my team kind of figured out. I'm really excited for my wide receivers being George Pickens and JSN. We'll see how the thing in Dallas is this year. I feel like with George Pickens there, it's always who really is the wide receiver one out there, whether if it's CeeDee Lamb or if it's Pickens. But last year, it showed that Pickens was kind of the hot hand. So you had him last year, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I picked him in like the 7th last year.
Yeah, so he kind of fell, obviously, a little bit higher. I think I picked him up in the
3rd round here.
3rd round. So bit of a jump for him, which was nuts.
But he played well. He played very well. So I honestly, that's one of my thoughts coming into the year is that George Pickens is the wide receiver one this year. I think that could happen. And even if it doesn't happen, he could eat into CeeDee Lamb's upside.
What's nuts to think is that if that's the case, CeeDee Lamb being a wide receiver too, just the thought of that is really funny.
CeeDee Lamb is, I think George Pickens is the more talented receiver.
Yeah.
But CeeDee Lamb is he's a very solid receiver.
Very.
So I don't know.
Very.
That's what's so fun about this is these are just names on a computer screen right now.
Yep.
But 3 weeks in, we're gonna see maybe Terry McLaurin average 22 points a game.
Yeah.
And Nico Collins averaged 13 a game, and there's going to be a world where it's like, should I trade Terry McLaurin, 7th round Terry McLaurin for 3rd round Nico Collins? And that's when the game of fantasy football really, really excels. Yeah. So right now it's like drafts or like trades are going to be hard because it's like, what's the actual value? I pick guys I like and I think they're going to be good. So I don't know. You feel good about your team? I think you got a good team.
Yeah,
you got a good team.
I think my soft spot, my RB2, I did take Josh Jacobs. We'll kind of see how that kind of figures out. But I think on a scale from 1 to 10, obviously 10 being I'm going win it all, and 1 being I'm already writing my songs for the punishment. Yeah. I feel like I'm at like a 7.
Yeah,
I feel really good about my team.
What song would be your preferred cover?
Well, my go-to karaoke song is "Fast Car"
by Tate McRae.
No, by
that's Sports Car.
Fast Car, no, by like Luke Combs did a cover of it.
Okay.
J.C. Joplin.
Okay.
That's my go-to karaoke song.
All right.
But I'm always down for Tate McRae. Country would be my go-to.
I think that's probably about where I'm landing.
Country would be my go-to.
I could
genre.
get down with a little Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, I can see it.
Cool work.
I can see it. Well, let's transition to you. You had pick 4?
Yep. Pick 5. We were going back to back all night. I don't really remember you sniping me or me sniping you, unless I don't know. I feel like we were kind of on different beats, which is good.
Yeah. Jacob, I picked off Casey a couple times.
Good, as you should.
I think with defenses or maybe 1 or 2 players. Let's go through your team.
Yeah, I went for. I think that if there's one thing that I know about this league, in an 8-man league, there will always be depth. So I'm okay taking some risks, and I decided to take back-to-back, to maybe even back risks. Christian McCaffrey, 5th overall. There was a lot of chatter this week from the league mates here who had no idea who I was going to take. Mm-hmm. But I had made up my mind a month ago that I was taking Christian McCaffrey because I knew the first 4 would go Gibbs, Bijan, Chase, Nakua. And if it didn't go like that, I was fine with taking any of those 4, but Christian McCaffrey was the very obvious one. I wanted to get 2 running backs right off the rip, and I ended up grabbing McCaffrey and Achane, both risky, high upside players, but like I said, I feel like you can make up, like I was able to grab Pickens in the 7th round last year. So like you can always grab some value late in drafts, I think, in the 8-man, so I'm okay taking that risk. Then stacked London Olave, then a couple more running backs, Hall and ETN, and then a couple more high upside guys, Rome Odunze and Jameson Williams. Kind of the only pick that I'm not really happy with was Tucker Kraft. That part of the board just was kind of pukey.
Yeah.
And Jacob sniped me on Parker Washington. So I didn't really want to take a tight end there, but ended up happening. And then I took some other guys that have some upside. I think.
I think Wan'Dale Robinson will be good for the Titans this year,
I think he's going to be great. I mean, they just paid him $70 million,
which is funny.
which is crazy money.
Yeah.
And the new head coach in Tennessee was the Giants' head coach. So they kind of shipped off as a package there. So I'm high on that. I wanted to be attached to the Chargers offense, so that was the Quentin Johnston pick. Fortunately, I got my favorite quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, hence the name Trev Clean for my team.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately for me, I still have to drop 2 players.
I'll say Ryan did not draft a kicker or a defense, so he is currently overdrafted by 2 bench spots.
Yeah.
Off the rip, I know you don't want to give too much away. What's your idea? What are you thinking for letting stuff go? Because you got to let 2 go, obviously.
I really don't know, to be honest. I honestly don't know. Like,
Yeah. It'll be funny.
It's any of like the bottom 6 picks for me. I think.
I see you letting go. I see you letting go of probably Jordan Mason out of Minnesota.
Yeah, Jordan Mason could be good.
And then I probably see you either letting go of Quentin Johnston or Michael Pittman. But that's my opinion. That's not my team.
I haven't decided yet, which is fine because that gives me 2 weeks to decide.
So you got some time.
And I hope some of these guys get hurt and are out week 1, so then I don't have to. I don't know. We'll see. That is the game that I play because I don't think that kickers and defenses are that valuable in this league. I think you can
pick them up.
I think you can
week by week
if you're focused on it. So that's my strategy there. I think I'm pretty happy. Now, this team could blow up in my face in 5 weeks, and then I'm going to have to do the Undertaker Jacob method and dig my way out.
Yep.
But, like, if all things go right, like, I think they could. I got a great team, but this is like, it is literally the high risk, high reward team. So,
what are you putting on a scale from 1 to 10?
I'm giving myself like an 8.
Okay.
I think that's what I said last night. It was between 7 and 5 and an 8. You asked me that in 3 weeks, and
we'll figure it out.
You'll get a better answer. So.
We will be talking about week 1 matchups later, but Ryan and I do face each other week 1. So
we do.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
That'll be a fun.
You're projected to stomp me down right now.
Right now, but Ryan currently does not have a kicker or a defense in his starting lineup, so he is missing out on points.
All right.
But that will come to fruition later on. We're going to be right back. We're going to start grabbing some team members and some league mates who are here, so sit tight. And I think we're grabbing Kobe or Jacob first.
We're grabbing Jacob.
Jacob first.
And Jacob. All right. First member, Jacob. Welcome to the pod. Second time on the pod? Third time on the pod?
Yes.
You can hold this.
Second time. Thank you. Yes, Jacob Sterling, manager of NoCo Matata. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah, dude.
Of course.
How did you feel the draft went last night?
I'm very happy with my draft. Very happy. I feel good with my first 3 picks. It was who I mocked to be on my team, and I feel like I got some good value later on in the draft. So, very happy with my team.
Hell yeah.
You had quite a roller coaster of a season last year.
I did.
Started down in the dumps, were able to trade your way, wire your way back into the playoffs, and ended up getting 4th this year, which is not a bad spot to draft from, especially in an 8-man league.
Yep.
So yeah, it sounds like you already pre-programmed those first 3 picks.
The first 2 rounds I was pretty set in stone. I wanted Puka and Hampton. Round 3, it was always a matter of if Bowers fell.
Yep.
And he did, so I'm very happy to have the positional advantage every week. I feel like in the last 5 years we've had this, I haven't had that positional advantage, so I think that'll be maybe a weight off the shoulders in a sense of never having to worry about that position group. So that'll be nice.
That is how I felt last year when I drafted Brock Bowers, and it did not end up that way. So
yeah, I'm hoping this year's a little different.
I do think Brock Bowers is going to be tight end 1. I do think that he probably breaks some sort of, if not every, tight end record this year. I think he's going to be fantastic with Clint Kubiak there.
Seahawks OC last year.
Yeah, that's
JSN. Opoy.
Yeah,
I'm hoping,
he's gonna be good.
Helps Bowers a little bit this year.
He's gonna be good. How about the rest of your draft? You got some good value with Derrick Henry in the 4th and T. Higgins in the 5th, even Flowers in the 6th. Taking best player available in those places. How do you feel about those mid-round picks?
Yeah, I would have loved a 3rd RB. I like the upside of Tootin, but I'll be honest, a 3rd RB above Tootin would have been ideal. But yeah, like you said, Derrick Henry falls to 4. That's insane value. The only concerning thing is his age. Other than that, he's a shoo-in for 10-plus touchdowns. And he's going to be the workhorse in Baltimore. And then T. Higgins, wide receiver 1 talent. He's going to face every team's cornerback 2. So I think there's always a lot of upside with T. Higgins, and that offense is just such a high-powered offense in general. Zay Flowers, what was he, wide receiver 7 last year? And now he loses likely, and he got like 4 touchdowns last year with the wide receiver 7 finish. I think the upside, I think if he can find the end zone 8 times, right, and we're looking at a similar finishing point for wide receiver, if not better.
Yep.
So I think the upside there is good. We kind of talked about it yesterday. I like the upside of Luther Burden. DJ Moore's gone. I think Ben Johnson can get him a lot of design targets. Obviously, mouths to feed there. Odunze is still there. Colson Loveland. But another high-powered offense with a good play caller. So I like the upside there. And
late QB again this year for you. Double QB, but I think you already dropped and moved on from Caleb. But
always late QB for me. Jaden Daniels fell. What did I get him, like the 9th round? 10th round. He's a top 5 QB for me this year, and I think he turns that around. So very happy to get that kind of talent so late in the draft. Bowers I love. Got my Seahawks defense. Happy with that.
They were the number 1 defense last year. Yep. So I think they lost some guys on the team, and there was also quite a bit of special teams play.
Yep.
Who knows if that translates year to year, but I think the nucleus is still probably top 5.
Yep, we lost a few guys, but I feel like the Seahawks in general replaced very well. So happy to see how that rolls.
If you had to rate your team out of 10, what are you putting it at?
I would give it a confident 8.5 for now. There's always room for improvement. Everyone in the league knows I love to trade, so my phone is open.
Yep.
But no, I mean, I'm very, very happy, very excited with the draft, and excited to see where it takes me.
Yeah.
How have you felt about not taking football out of it? How's like the trip been? You know, getting the drive out here.
Yeah.
We played a couple rounds of golf. Went to the casino last night. Yep. Like, what's your opinion on the trip so far?
Oh, it's been awesome. I'm not a golfer, and I enjoyed both days. I really did not like golf 2 years ago, so like that was one of those activities that was always a no-go for me. So, but no, I've really enjoyed it. Hanging out with the fellas, hot tubbing, chilling, eating together. It's just been great. I really enjoyed it.
I think this is a very underrated place. This like area of South Dakota. Yeah. I think I'm glad everybody was able to come out and experience it. So, any closing thoughts? Anything else you gotta say? Any predictions for this year? Any hot takes? Who's gonna be the winner? Who's gonna be the loser?
My prediction is that I win the league. I think this is my year. I haven't lifted the trophy yet. I feel I'm a top contender this year and in all years. So. I feel like it's now or never for me.
Sweet, man.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate having you on, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on, sir. We will be back with Kobe.
All right.
How will we restart?
All right, for our second league mate to join us, GM of team, I'm gonna touch you here. So we're gonna bring this in here, Kobe. Thanks for joining us, man. I'm gonna hand this off to you. You can hold that. So. How's the trip been so far? Take fantasy football out of it. You know, how's the golf been? How's, being out here, with the boys? Kind of run us through it.
The trip itself has been amazing. Thanks to our amazing friend Ryan to my right. When he first told me that we were coming here, I definitely had my way with him.
I heard you didn't love the idea of it at first, but they talked you into it and it's been okay.
Yeah. I'm not a big driver, so the drive was a big
hiccup.
Yes, for me that I didn't want to do. But the drive was actually really nice. There's 4 of us in one car. Got here super quick. Went and golfed as soon as we got here. And then came
2
to
birdies.
Airbnb.
First round for you.
2 birdies.
Jackrabbit.
On the front 9. Jackrabbit. Yeah.
Sucker looked weird, huh?
It did. It crawled like a baby.
Moved like a fox.
Yes.
Oh.
But no, the trip itself has been really nice. This is a really good area. It is super pretty. And yeah, I thought South Dakota just wasn't going to look as good as I thought it was. And it's been an amazing trip overall. So
Sweet. Ryan, why don't you take it off? He's getting some face football. He's got a mic.
I got
so
my
you're
mic.
chill.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
You're good.
Kobe with his best season ever last year. Former toilet bowl survivor, punishment endurer.
I will note, Kobe's the only one to truly do his punishment in the time that we've asked him to.
Yeah.
That is a fact.
that
And I
is-
killed that shit.
There is some Ritu-Pect for that.
Yep.
Ritu-Pect. And with that, he had his best season ever. Probably good karma coming from his TikTok dance days. And ended up winning the regular season championship, I believe, and then making it all the way to the championship and losing to his brother-in-law, Commissioner Big Al. How was last season for you, and how are you going to translate last season into this season?
Last season felt really great. Draft night, I remember I didn't get as big props for drafting. Mind you, didn't trade once last season. So I didn't add anything other than waiver wires, Javonte Williams, which is what ultimately got me as far as it did. But my entire team was drafted, no trades. So I feel like I can
That's pretty impressive.
pat myself on the back for that. Because my boy Alex definitely got a better team through trades, which you can't be mad at. But very happy with second place. Obviously, you want to get first, but coming from being a loser, it feels good to be at the top for once. Not at the very top, but climbing my way to being better each season. And we know what
There's
I'm
only
gonna
one
do.
place to
There's
go
only
up
one
from
place
now,
to go
right?
up from now. Yes.
You can join the winner's circle of me, Alex, and Keegan. Only 3 champions so far. You're getting close. This is last year's draft that I'm looking at here. But
League
let's
neighbors.
talk.
If he didn't get hurt,
Let's talk this year's draft.
I'd have a ring on my finger.
How do you feel? How do you feel about this year's draft?
I feel good. I'm very glad I had the second round pick. Doing mock drafts, it was either the
Second
draft.
pick overall.
Yeah.
Our boy Logan told us that he had a first round pick last night.
Yeah, buddy at the blackjack table took JSN.
Took JSN.
First overall.
But he was decent at blackjack.
Seattle
Had enough money.
offense is going to be terrible this year.
He was a good vibe at the blackjack table. Maybe didn't know fantasy football, but damn did he know how to hit and stay.
He did. I was on the opposite of the table of him.
Yep, opposite end of the table.
So I didn't really get to talk to him as much, but the vibes were good everywhere, so that was nice.
Yeah.
But
Could be a candidate to join the league next year. Maybe not. We'll take a vote. We'll take a vote.
yeah, doing my mock drafts, it was either the draft went really well or really bad. And I'm happy on how my team turned out ultimately. I don't have the best wide receivers, obviously, but me personally, I think I have the best RB room with Bijan, Chase Brown, and then I have Bucky Irving and DeAndre Swift in my flex spots. So I feel like I am very running back heavy. I looked at the projections. I am the highest in projections for running backs overall. I know it's just projection, but me personally, I think I have the best RB room. And my upside on it is DeAndre Swift. I think he's going to get better and better each year. So I think he's going to easily go over his projection, especially with a Bears offense that I think will be better than it was last year. And I feel like with Luther Burden, it's just going to open up more openings for the team. DeAndre Swift.
Who's your favorite pick? of
I
your
mean,
draft?
it's kind of hard not to say Bijan with the 2 pick. I feel like with the 1A, 1B pick, I feel like I have to go with Bijan. But
I like your Trey McBride.
I do like my Trey McBride. The only thing was I wasn't actually planning on drafting a tight end until the later rounds. I'm not the biggest tight end guy.
You like the loose ends.
I do like the loose ends. I feel like there's upside for later tight ends. Obviously, there is Brock Bowers and McBride in their own league. But picking between Trey McBride and Drake London, I had to go with Trey McBride strictly because I have Bijan. So I didn't want two very elite guys on the same team that could either go really bad or really good. So I decided to go with Trey McBride.
I think that's fair. How do we feel about Jalen Hurts as your quarterback this year? I believe I had him last year, and he was solid. I mean, QB 8 last year, which in an 8-man league, I mean that sounds good, but at the end of the day, QB 8 in an 8-man league is iffy. How are you feeling about him?
That is my only hiccup that kind of bothered me. Alex actually accidentally drafted my quarterback one pick before me, and then I went on the clock and I was struggling on deciding on what I wanted to do, and it auto drafted Jalen Hurts for me as well. So although I am not upset with Jalen Hurts, I still think he's going to be a top quarterback. I did want Lamar, but I am very happy with Jalen Hurts at the least, strictly because he is the push king.
Very good. And if you had to rate your team out of 10?
Strictly because my wide receivers aren't the best, I do think my running backs carry my team. I will give it a 8 out of 10.
It's a lot of good ratings so far.
So yeah, we've had a lot of good ratings. I think I've had the worst rating on my own team at like a 7. So, but no one's gonna be like, yeah, my team sucks.
I feel like it's kind of hard to have a bad rating on an 8-man team unless your name is...
Say it.
Is it your week 1 opponent? No, that's all.
Yes, my week 1 opponent is a...
Any closing thoughts?
I'm very excited for this year. I am coming for the top spot, regardless if people think my team is as good as it is. I'm just excited that the year is starting.
Fantasy football season. Nothing better.
Kobe, thanks for being on.
Thank you, sir.
Ooh.
Just kidding.
All right. Our final guest of the day is our commissioner, our champion, current champion. As soon as week 1 starts, you are no longer our champion. So
I'm the champion. Until somebody takes it.
Enjoy the next 2 weeks because it's all downhill from here. Welcome to the podcast, Big Al. You may take the spatula of glory.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. How are we feeling? How's the trip going for you so far? How's lead treating you?
Let's talk about where we're at. We'll get into football in a second. So talk about the trip. How was the drive, golf, everything in the middle? How's it been?
The trip has been great. Like, my number one thing throughout this whole process is just like being with the guys and hanging out. It's not really about fantasy football.
Right.
I know I mentioned it multiple times, but like having everybody together is the main thing about this. So
Yeah.
golf has been great. Area's been great. I think this is kind of all of our vibe, being from Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's just the mountains. But yeah, all around very great trip.
Yeah. I think I definitely brought it up with Ryan. It's yeah, the getting together for fantasy football is awesome, but it's the friendship and the connection that we all share because of this. And we're able to pick out a random weekend in the end of summer and hang out for 3-4 days and just kind of be dudes. So I've loved it. I've had a great trip. I live here in South Dakota now, but I came from all the way on the other side. But no, it's been a totally fun trip. We're here on our last day, but kind of slow rolling it, taking our time. But let's get into your team. Kind of run us through your draft, how you felt about it. What were some of your favorite picks? What were some picks that maybe you were on the fence about? I know you let the computer take a pick for you early in the draft. Let's talk about that. Just go nuts.
Yeah, so during my mock drafts, it went completely different, and most of the time it does. But I was planning to go at least 2 or 3 RBs in the beginning of the first couple rounds.
Okay.
Obviously, that didn't happen. Having 6 guys before me take running backs, I would like to have any one of those guys there. But yeah, I think Kobe actually sniped me at least 3 or 4 times, which kind of pissed me off. But was not ready to have Justin Jefferson on my team. And some of the high-value picks that I like a lot was the Javonte Williams and David Montgomery. I think they're going to be great in their roles. Javonte was great last year, and Demo has something to prove, but I think he's going to do just as well.
Yeah, I think he'll do well in Houston. So,
I think so.
I believe you were the only player to draft the jersey they were wearing. You were repping your Justin Jefferson jersey last night, and you took him on your team. How does that make you feel? But probably your favorite player on your favorite team. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Yeah, up and down. But obviously a top 2 guy in the league when circumstances line up for him.
I mean, I'm happy to have him. He's had multiple 1,000-yard seasons. And, of course, he plays for my favorite team, so it's going to be really fun to root for the guy. But, yeah, I obviously wasn't planning on choosing Justin Jefferson. It's going to be kind of weird with the quarterback room there. So we'll have to figure it out. You may see a trade in the future where you think that I get fleeced, but I got to anchor down some more wide receivers. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you got good value on him. His ADP is probably around 11 or 12 this year, and you got him at pick 16.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, it's like...
You kind of have to take him.
Kind of have to take him. So I don't mind it. How do you feel about the rest of your draft? You went rookie crazy a little bit.
I did.
Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, Makai Lemon.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel good. At least I think one of those guys has to be good. So banking on that. But yeah, I'm not one to really draft rookies. You could look at the history and see that I never take those kind of guys. So I'm really maybe got a little bit wild after winning last year, maybe taking a chance. So we'll have to figure it out. Hopefully they perform well and I can use them as trade because I am very RB heavy right now. So
that is one thing that I think could be interesting about a keeper league is somebody like Makai Lemon, Alex takes in the 11th round this year. Mm-hmm. Say he goes off and is a top 10 wide receiver last year. Because Alex was bold enough to draft him this year, he could keep him next year in favor of a 10th round pick. I think that could be something worth exploring in the future, just as a side note. But yeah, I think it's tough to be in an 8-man league. You really don't draft a lot of rookies.
No.
There's probably less than 10 that went in this whole draft. But the rookie class wasn't great this year. Besides Jeremiah Love, besides probably a couple wide receivers, I don't think there's going to be a ton of rookies that excel. But that being said, next year I think it's going to be insane. So we'll see. We'll see how the rookies do for your team. It's going to be a slow burn for some of them potentially, but then the end of the season they could be league winners.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
How do we feel on a scale of 1 to 10? How would you rate your team?
If I'm gonna rate it fairly, it could obviously change mid-season, beginning season, end season, but it depends on those rookies. And right now, I feel like I just have to give myself a 6.
A 6.
So you weren't. I was about to say. I remember during the draft last night, you were not the biggest fan of how it was going, because of just being in the spot you were. Kobe drafting the way he did. I thought Kobe drafted very well. Mm-hmm. And you brought it up yourself. He probably picked you off 4, maybe 5 times in the draft.
Yep.
So I was curious to see how you were going to rank your team. I think you need to give yourself a little bit more credit, but we will see how that plays out. We'll wait for a couple more weeks, and we're 2 weeks away from kickoff.
Yeah.
Wednesday, September 9th.
It's crazy.
So that's the day we'll all be waiting for. I know I'm amped. Kobe's amped. Jacob, excited. So I think this has been a ton of fun. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We're gonna have a good last day here. We're gonna wrap up some things, but we appreciate it. Yeah. We appreciate you being the commissioner.
We appreciate you guys having
putting this all on. So
thanks for putting on the podcast.
No, it's fun. It's fun for us to pick on and
just a whole bunch of grateful dudes.
Just guys being dudes. So
exactly. Any closing thoughts?
Nope, got them all out.
All right, lovely. We'll review the rest of the teams here and get our power rankings out.
All right.
Well, that is all of the remaining in-person members. So we'll start with the 3rd highest finisher last year, Keegan's team. Seems like we were talking about this earlier. Seems like every year he's got Jamar Chase on his squad. And he starts off Jamar Chase again, which I think was the right pick.
Because he had the 4.
He had the 3,
He had
and
three.
he came back around and went running back, and then strung off 3 pretty solid wide receivers. The starting lineup looks solid. Jamar Chase, Saquon Barkley, Kenneth Walker, Malik Neighbors, Ladd McConkey, and Devontae Adams. There is some age risk with Barkley and Adams. McConkey on a big bounce back here. I'm high on McConkey, so I really like that. Or what does he call him? McConkey?
McConkey.
Neighbors coming off of a completely screwed up knee
Yep.
is going to be one to watch. But I think there's a lot of upside with specifically at least his starting 6, like his core 6.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Tyler Warren. I took him late. Now, he was a rookie last year that kind of went off.
Yep.
And that Colts team was a little bit different. I had Tyler Warren in a different league, and he did very well for me. I made it to my Super Bowl in my fantasy league in one of my other leagues. I was a big fan of Tyler Warren. I think he'll play out really well. If we remember from last year, Keegan had the tandem 1-2 punch of, I think, Trey McBride and was it Tyler Warren again? Do you guys remember?
He had at least Colston Loveland as well.
But who were the two?
McBride.
Trey McBride and he played like a big 1-2 punch tight end.
Trey McBride and Warren.
Okay, Trey
Yeah,
McBride
yeah,
and
that's what I
Warren.
thought.
So,
Yeah.
which it worked out for him for a good chunk of the year.
Yep.
And then we had a podcast where you called him out, and things kind of started to fall, and the fall
Yeah.
was great.
That
But-
was unfortunate. I think I said that his team wasn't great, and then he went 0 for 8 or 0 for 10 or
Yep.
something.
When we play the median, and points add up quick in the bad way. But
Yeah.
no, I thought Keegan drafted very well. I like the Devontae Adams pickup. I've always been a fan of him. He's getting a little bit tall in age, but he's a really good wide receiver too. I really like Dak Prescott. I think he's gonna have a good year. It's an even year. So Dak's probably going to throw for nearly 4,000 yards and probably be top of the MVP race.
Yep.
It's usually Dak does really good or he does really bad. But obviously in this league, quarterbacks are, a diamond. Like you can pick up anyone you want.
Yep.
Um, Keegan took a defense in the 8th, 10th round?
11th.
11th.
Earliest defense.
But he took the best defense, which is why you do that.
Potentially.
Yeah, the Rams. So
They're going to be good. They're going to be a damn good team.
Yep.
Who knows if they're number 1? I mean, I feel like defenses are hard to project. You can project them top 5. I don't think you can just slap a 1 on
Nope.
them.
Nope.
Especially when you got the Texans, you got the Broncos,
Eagles.
the Seahawks. I think those are the top 4 in my eyes.
Yep.
And depending on how the schedule unfolds, how special team touchdowns, that's what really did it in for the Seahawks last year was a ton of takeaway touchdowns. And those aren't sticky year to year. So who knows if the Rams are going to be that top team, but if they've got Myles Garrett, if they got Aaron Donald coming back,
Yep.
could be a team leading the league in sacks, which is the most predictable thing for defenses.
I think if Aaron Donald comes back, I don't think it's going to do anyone any good. I don't think he's going to be the player he's going to be that everyone's expecting him to be. I think it's going to be exciting, but I don't see him coming out and just smacking people in the mouth. I don't see it. I get if you keep up with the adrenaline and you keep up with the training throughout the years, that's great. But he hasn't played professional football in 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
Been that long.
I mean, he's a freak athlete, and I don't want any part of him. But you can't just jump back into a very stout position.
You don't think you
that
could
requires
block him?
a lot? No, I don't think I could. Not even for a second. I don't even want to think about that. It makes me scared.
Yeah.
But I just like sharing my opinion. That really doesn't matter at the end of the day. But it's nice to say because it fills time and words.
Yeah. I mean, they have to listen.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's been out for 3 years. I was thinking the person who came to mind for me was Gronk. Gronk was only out for a year. He took a year off and then came back and was really good for 2 straight years. Mm-hmm. So 3 years is different, but at the same time, if he's staying in shape, who knows? I think from what I can tell, he's going to be eased in. He's not playing a preseason. He might kind of ease in the first 3 weeks. I think he's going to be good. Yeah, he's 32 now, so I don't know how good, but he will make that defense better. Is my take.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to be against that when you have Myles Garrett on one side and then a guy of Aaron Donald on the other.
Yeah.
So
What do you, since Keegan can't rate his own team here, what do you rate his team?
I'd give Keegan an 8. You know, I think he drafted very well. I think he was one of the better drafters.
Yeah.
You know, the Kenneth Walker, the Saquon, the Jamar Chase pickups, I think, are, you know, his higher end players. So
I'm good with that.
Yeah,
I'm good with
I give
that
Keegan
rating.
an 8.
Let's jump over to the former Dub Farmers. I don't know his new team name, Casey. The Los. I'm not going to probably say that one. But it is a beautiful,
Should we
beautiful,
not say it because it might be derogatory?
I don't,
Or is it because you don't know how to pronounce it?
maybe both.
Okay.
Maybe both. But it is a beautiful, likely AI generated, unless he's a talented sketch artist, which I don't see him as often as I should. So this could be hand drawn, but it is a picture of our league mate who we just covered, Keegan, in a sombrero, with his new mustache that he's wearing. He's got a nice mustache now. So I think there's some artistic ability here. But Casey probably, I think the rest of the league would agree with the most controversial pick of the first round.
I remember looking around the room, and every single time Casey made a pick, you would react, and I remember Jacob and Kobe reacting quite a bit too. So, yeah, I think his first round pick, Casey had the 7.
He had the 7.
And he picked CeeDee Lamb over guys such as Amon-Ra and
Jonathan Taylor. I think those are, even James Cook could be argued, but like, I think the biggest snub for me is Amon-Ra. I think Amon-Ra is.
I mean, even I talked about taking him at the 6.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if JSN would fall to me.
I thought I could have taken him at the 5. It was between Amon-Ra and CMC for me.
Yep.
So, who knows? Could work out for him. Like we talked about earlier, I think that George Pickens is the better player at this point than CeeDee Lamb, but I could be proved incredibly wrong. I don't mind the Genty pick either.
That was early, was it not?
I think it's maybe 2 spots early. Like that's around his ADP. But if you're like,
Was that his second round pick?
yeah, he started the run of running backs. He took his guy, and that's what we do this for, right? Take your guy. So you could say that about, I guess, every pick.
Yep.
But I don't mind it. I suppose it's maybe a touch early. And then he went Nico Collins, Loveland, Cam Scatterbrains, Waddle. He took my Jersey rep, Joe Burrow, and then took some high upside shots like Judkins, Sutton. He took another QB, which was, I think, maybe a perplexing
Took
pick.
Jackson Dart.
Yep. And then Marvin Harrison, who, if he could just learn to catch passes, would be awesome. Like maybe one of the best players in football.
Yeah, if he can do his job description, I think he'd be okay.
Yep. Ended up as one would have, like the betting odds for Casey to take the first kicker, I think would have been probably minus 200. Yeah. So he did his job, took Aubrey.
Yep.
Ravens defense, Menungai and Jordan Addison. Of course, new quarterback in Minnesota this year.
Mm-hmm. I've always liked Addison. He's either really make or break. He either gets like 20 yards and like a catch, or he gets like 5 catches, 60 yards, and a TD. Like it's just one of those things. But last year was a poor example out of the Minnesota offense. I mean, Jefferson had a bad year. So I mean, if Jefferson's having a bad year, I'm not expecting a wide receiver 2 in Jordan Addison, unless if he's in downtown Minneapolis driving very fast, which he likes to do.
Would you say he's a good or a bad driver?
I think he's efficient, but not efficient enough to get himself away. But I digress. That's not what we're here to talk about. I think Casey drafted the poorest out of our league mates, besides, it's maybe up for debate, our new league member, Austin.
Yep.
The only grace I will give Austin is that, one, he is a new league member. Now, that doesn't mean he's not new to fantasy football. And he had the 8. So that's always tough. But Casey's team, I'm going to give Casey's team like a 6.
I was thinking of 5.5.
There you go.
I don't have much else to say than that.
Casey, we love you. We hope Jenna's doing okay, but you did not draft your best. And, that kind of comes down to, what it might come to later. But
I do think one of my favorite parts of draft nights was the 3 people on FaceTime. And anytime there was an opportunity to talk about a Nebraska football player, Casey did not hesitate.
Casey loves his alumni.
The best one was after Kobe took Jalen Hurts. Casey told us that he was going to be good because there was a Nebraska center.
Cam. Oh, he was talking about Cam Jurgens.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was, I think, one of my highlights. And then every time that he laughed, he has the most infectious laugh that I just couldn't stop laughing whenever he would do his It's just cracked me the hell up. So, sorry, Casey. Team was average to below average, but we've been wrong before. We can be wrong again. Let's move on to the final member, Austin, our newest member, which I think he nailed the first two picks. Those were the two that I would have taken there as well. Jonathan Taylor, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 3 years running, wide receiver 3. Jonathan Taylor was the running back 1 through the first 10 weeks and then fell off a little bit post Daniel Jones injury.
There were talks Jonathan Taylor was going to get, 2,000 yards on the ground?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Kobe had him, and I mean, there were weird because I mean, those first 8 weeks he was getting getting up to close to 100 to 90 yards on average.
Yeah, he went 10, 27, 30, 10, 28, 19, 31, 35, 46. So, yeah, through the bye, he was incredible. Then Daniel Jones snapped his Achilles, and it didn't go downhill, but he turned into more of an RB2 type.
It was that, but the Colts literally went from number 1 seed in the AFC
8-1
to out of the playoff picture by week 15.
Did they finish 8-9?
I think they did.
They're 8-1 and lost 8 straight games. It was a historic collapse. So, long story short, I like those 2 picks. And then Austin just said, F it, I'm going to take my guy. So he reached on Egbuka. He probably reached on May. DK Metcalf pick was questionable. Isaiah Likely went as the tight end 5, which I think Isaiah Likely is going to be good. But before your cousin, before Kittle, Fannin, Pitts, Kelsey went undrafted.
Yeah.
So, Patriots defense, which, drafting your team's defense is always something. But the Patriots defense wasn't really that good last year. They ended as the 10th overall team. The year before that, the 31st overall team. So, to be the second defense off the board, I think is highly questionable. So, I don't know. I think Austin's got his work cut out for him. The good thing about an 8-man league is there's always depth. There's always trades to be made. So, he's not screwed yet, but I would vote for him to be the worst or the second worst draft. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to give him some grace. I'm going to say the second worst.
So, who's the worst?
Casey.
Sorry, Casey.
He's a new league mate, so I'm giving him grace, and I just don't know him. So, I don't want to speak on someone who I don't know.
I'm okay with speaking on somebody that I know slightly. So, what would you rate his team then?
I'd say a 6.
I'll give him a 5.75.
5.75.
He can be 0.25 higher than Casey.
Did he absorb all of Sage's stats and accolades?
I don't know.
Not that
we'll find out after week 1, I suppose. I think he probably will.
But,
so he's got some digging to do to get out of the last place spot.
Yep.
For sure.
But
so that brings us to our power rankings. I think it probably makes sense to go from the ground up. We have our solidified bottom 2.
Mm-hmm.
Casey, power ranking of 8.
Yep.
Austin, power ranking of 7. Now the top 6, I don't quite know where to go next. So where would your heart take you?
My eyes fall to our commissioner, Alex. I think at the 6, and I think even he would agree with us on that potentially, just with how everything in the draft fell with him.
Yeah.
But I think what Kobe was saying either last night or this morning, his projected points are still very well. So I think that has a play for him. But I would say he would be the 6. I don't know if you have, your heart set on someone else.
I don't. I'm okay with that. Okay. I'm okay with that. I just think there's quite a bit of risk. Jahmyr Gibbs, obviously the number 1 player, but Jefferson is a question mark. Jeremiah Love's a question mark. There are some question marks. I think there's a lot of upside.
Very.
But I think there's more question marks than there needed to be in an 8-man league.
Yep.
Is where I'm at.
Yep.
I think you lose points anytime you auto draft. Whether obviously it's
That
never,
is
it's
true,
never on purpose.
especially before as anything in a single-digit round pick. If you're auto drafting, even if it's, I mean, what we set the damn picks to a minute 30,
Yeah.
and then we finally chopped it down after a while. But I mean, if you can't click the draft button in a minute and 30 seconds, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
No.
So that's where my heart lies.
Okay. Where's your gut take you for 5?
I'd say myself. I think I had a very well draft, but I don't know really where I sit kind of going forward. I think kind of with what I was able to pick up, I'm really not a big fan of my Josh Jacobs pick. I was kind of in a funky spot when it came to my RB2 because I went wide receiver, running back, wide receiver, and then I went and got my QB.
You've got the positional advantage at QB.
Yep.
But you traded that for less depth at running back.
Yep. So I think that kind of has a false to it. My other running backs, I believe I have Tony Pollard, Travion Henderson. I think that's it.
Yeah, you don't have many running backs.
Nope.
The running back room probably could be improved upon.
Yep.
I
think it
personally
makes up in my wide receivers room.
Yeah, you have a good wide receivers room. I also personally don't love 2 tight ends being drafted.
That's fair. I'm
It's just like-
projecting Laporta to not play for the first week or two. So I wanted someone that I can depend on in Harold Fannin. He'll probably, I mean, if that flips, that could get dropped. But also
Yeah.
Laporta's touches and actual, since it's rookie season, stuff's just kind of gone down for him.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see with that. I mean, the Lions are projected the most points. They have the easiest schedule. They're favored in 14 or 15 of their 17 games.
Yep.
So somebody in that offense is going to feast.
Yep.
Other than Amon-Ra and Gibbs.
Yep.
I just don't know who. So I'm okay with that. For the 4th overall spot, what we have left is Kobe, Keegan, Jacob, and myself. I'm not going to put myself in that 1 spot or that maybe even that 2 spot because I have the roster issues that I do right now. I don't think I'm in the 4 spot though. I'm thinking
hell,
I'm
you don't
between
even have
2
a
and
kicker
3.
and a defense.
I don't.
Like what the hell?
I think that they're expendable, and I think that I will find a better kicker and defense than those who drafted them in the 13th or 14th
Well, yeah,
or 15th
anyone you
round.
pick up now is going to be better than what you have. You have literally nothing.
I'm
in the
saying that they're
kicker
going
or
to be
defense
better
spot.
than the Philadelphia Eagles, the Baltimore Ravens, maybe kicker of the Dicker, maybe Cam Little, maybe for sure Jake Bates. I will find better value on the waiver wire. So I'm kind of playing the waiting game. I'm going to see how the next 2 weeks of preseason unfolds. I'm going to see what kind of injuries there are. I think Kraft may not start the first week, so that can put him on the IR, so I can pick up a kicker. I don't know. There's some question marks. It sounds like you want to slot me in at the 4 because I didn't draft a kicker and a defense.
I think it sounds like you want to put yourself at the 4.
I would rather put Kobe at the 4.
Kobe at the 4.
And I'm okay going at the 3.
Well, I think you'd be okay with going at the 3.
I would be.
Do you
okay
think
with
you're worth going at the 3?
that. I think.
I mean, you
that-
currently don't have a kicker or a defense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I understand.
Okay.
Do you understand that it is August 23rd and not September 9th?
Yeah, you also have too many players on your bench.
It's true.
So, but no, I guess I'm fine with putting Kobe at the 4.
I'm okay going at the 4 if you genuinely believe that Kobe's nucleus is better.
I'm not really sure if I know what that means. I did go to community college for a little bit.
Same.
So I'm gonna digress because I don't like to talk about things I don't know anything about.
That was a good word, though.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just don't love Bucky Irving, Brian Thomas Jr. I think he panic-picked Trey McBride, and I think he auto-drafted Jalen Hurts.
Did you auto draft Jalen?
Technically, no, but yes, in an instance.
Okay.
I didn't auto draft him. It was the fact that.
What pick
got
was
taken,
that?
And then.
9-2.
Okay, yeah.
I took a quarterback
Yeah.
in the ninth, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kobe at 4.
4.
I'll go 3. You have a gut for 1. I think that Keegan's nucleus is stronger than Jacob's, but Jacob has a lot more upside and depth. I think
Yeah,
I think Keegan's bench is one of the weaker in the entire league.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's even top 3, top 4. So my gut would be Keegan 2, Jacob 1. What are your thoughts?
I'm right there with you.
You're good with that?
We're gonna flash back to before the trip even started. On our way out here, you had called me about just to communicate with me because I was driving by myself, and you had me blind rank the members in our league.
Oh, Lord.
And I did put Jacob at 1. I thought Jacob.
You did. You put me at 2. I get paid to make fantasy football
You
content.
do.
Jacob does not. You put him at 1.
Yeah.
Would you tell me why?
I think Jacob is just more bought in. I think he understands ball a
Yeah.
little bit more, and just with kind of how he rolls out his trades. And sometimes I hate it because he's so about it, especially with trades with me. But I love it because it's just for the love of the game.
He's good at convincing.
It is. It is. But
Good at convincing.
No, and I mean I think just with how he comes into it every year.
He had a miraculous comeback last year.
He genuinely
Miraculous.
loves fantasy football.
He does.
Which makes it even better. So I would put Jacob at the 1, and I would put Keegan at the 2.
Okay. So that is our power rankings. It's Jacob, Keegan, Ryan, Kobe, Nick, Alex, Austin, and Casey.
Yep.
That is our current standings. It's going to change before week 1. It's going to change by the midseason. It's going to probably not even be close to how that ends up. But that's why we play the damn games.
It's true.
That's why we play the damn games.
Ryan and I will probably be back probably just before week 1, probably that weekend before that Wednesday game.
Yep.
I think that's when we're going to schedule our next pod. That's when we're going to break down week 1 lineups. That's when we're going to get our projections for week 1, and just kind of go over matchups and see if maybe there's been an injury, maybe there's been something crazy that's happened. Maybe Aaron Donald has actually officially said he's going to come back. Talk about that a little bit, but football's back, guys, and I think we're all here for it. We're all excited for it. So I'm amped. I know Ryan's amped. I know all of our league mates are amped. For the guys that did make the trip, thank you, and for those of you who are at home, we're definitely gonna find a way to connect with you one way or another. This year, I think we're gonna try to replicate again, getting a league mate on at least once a week.
Yeah.
Pending on times, obviously, probably early in the year, we don't need to slam that right away. I know last year we didn't start this till mid-season,
I think so.
so we'll have some time to maybe spread some stuff out. Maybe if someone absolutely pops off, someone has like a 200-point crazy game, we bring them on for the next week.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that. I think we did a good job of when I was busy, you would take over. I remember the Kobe and Jacob episode. It was very hard to hear Kobe. Because of his ski mask situation, or
Kind of like the Disney crossover events when Hannah Montana went to
Sweet Life, Zach and Cody or
or something. Those were always some of the best episodes in childhood when different characters from different universes came together. So I'm excited. We're gonna have lots of fun this year. We're gonna have, for the first time ever, I bet our new league member Austin comes on the show.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
So that'll be an interesting one. But I've got nothing else. I think this was a good first episode. Our second in real life episode, which is fun.
Yep.
Fun. They're always a good time. No Ivy this time.
No Ivy.
To be running amok.
She's at home.
She's probably terrorizing.
She's at home.
So
What was that?
R.I.P. to the league, mate.
Yep. Sage, we love you. We love to talk to you. We'll hope to see you soon. But
best wishes.
We thank you for being part of the original founding group. So, but Ryan,
It's been a pleasure.
it's been a pleasure.
We'll see you in episode 2.
Welcome back to football, boys.
That was a long one.